think that so much of what LeBron did defensively is, basketball IQ, yes, but also part of it is the insane athleticism to kind of be able to be everywhere at once, right? What do they call that? Like amoeba defense. And I think that was huge.
And his IQ has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
Especially like you look at him in his Laker years, you see him often knowing the play, and he's literally still in that free safety position. Point. That's right. You go here. Yeah. You go there. You go there. And the ball goes there, and like AD or somebody look at him like, bro, how did you know that?
How did you know that?
Like, you knew that?
At all.
I seen it.
Yeah.
I know what play they're gonna run. I just need to be here. And then sometimes it'll work for him. He's like, I know the ball is coming here. So he's like, I'm gonna pass off the primary ball handler because I know he's trying to get the ball to Clay. Or I know he's trying to get the ball over here in this corner because that's the design to play. And you see Bron pick it off and he's going the other way.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live. First Sunday morning edition of 2026. And thank you so much for being with us. We got a great show on tap for you all today. Sorry for the delay. We were just making sure everything was tight. And we will get right to it. What's going on, Transformer?
I'm not about to sit here and let you keep, take me out of the limelight. Guys, it's my fault. I fell asleep on my couch, left my phone, and I was woken up by my wife and Bruce's phone calls at 10 o'clock. So don't fall asleep on your couch having a good night drinking with the lovely lady and expect to get up on time the very next morning because it just don't work like that. So, no, it's my fault. It's not no technical difficulties. There was no information that was bad. It's the Transformer overslept. He overslept. All right, so I'm going to keep it real. We keep it real in 2026.
Respect due. But listen up, y'all. We got a great show on tap for you guys. Some really good topics, I think. And we think you should enjoy it. So we are going to do what we do. We're gonna shout out the channel members and
Make Twizzler awake again.
That's good. We're gonna shout out the channel members, y'all, and then we're gonna do the intro. We're gonna get right to it. So we're excited for this. All right. So first and foremost, Coach T, what's good, Coach T? Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. It's not that serious. What up? Chief Sid Bubba. Shout out to you. Appreciate everything you've done for our nation, man. Always got to give shouts to that. Appreciate everything you do for the channel. And shout out to the boys from Annapolis.
Anchors away, Chief. Anchors away. I know you parlay a lot on Bill Street because we put the foots in Cincinnati. Order umps. Liberty Bowl champs, baby. Here we go.
All right. Okay. Army was the Pinstripe Bowl champ. All right, moving right along. Baltimore Brews, what up? Steve King of the chat. What's good, brother? How you doing, man? Nino, what up? Definitely hope you're here for this one. Got a couple of really good NBA, topics here. Sneed got what you need. What up, brother? How you doing? And of course, Mike, shout out New York City, of course. Edward, you coming at me, and I'm looking out for your brother, man. My brother as well. And you coming at me for that? Damn, I see that's how y'all get down south. All right. I thought y'all
man. And that was a good cap a lot.
Out here trying to look out for my brother, and this how Edward does. But that's okay. Let's go ahead, hit the spiel, get into these quick hits and rock and roll, y'all. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you. Max Kellerman, we know he's now hosting a show with Rich Paul. I guess it's on YouTube. So this is interesting, right? Because when I saw that this was going to happen, that he was going to be hosting the show with Rich Paul, I'm like, wow. But I guess, him being out of the game for a while, this is an opportunity to get a lot of eyes on him in terms of his return. He's got his boxing show that he does, of course, and now he's doing this thing with Rich Paul. And so he's talking a lot of things, but of course, he often has to talk LeBron and LeBron's status and blah, 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 right? Okay, cool. And so I'm kind of in an interesting position with this because I don't know if a lot of people know this. Rich Paul kind of got caught out there on the show with Max a few episodes back where he said that he would want Michael Jordan to take the last shot, to win a game, which I was like, oh, Rich Paul, you got caught out there. Okay. So he's like, yeah, he wants LeBron to set it up, blah, blah, blah. He wants Mike to take that last shot. And obviously, if you're in that LeBron camp, whoever that may be, Shannon Sharp or Nick Wright, Rich Paul, whoever else, everything has always got to be, LeBron, basically trying to come up with some explanation why LeBron is the GOAT, blah, 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 right? That's just part of your job. Draymond Green now, that's just part of your job if you're in that camp or aligned with them in any way. And I thought it was interesting that Rich Paul admitted that. And also, I thought we were going to get some real honesty on a regular basis from the show because at one point, Max Kellerman pushed back on Rich Paul and said, look, basically not a direct quote, but Michael Jordan is the best player of all time. And, LeBron he can't be that, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah, he puts him at number 2. Kellerman, that is.
Right, yeah, he shouldn't even be that. But that's a whole different thing. So he said that, which I thought was cool, okay? And it's not that Max can't say what he needs to say. Is that normally when those guys put you in that position, it kind of ropes you into, the company talking points, right? So you got to do that. And so anyway, Max Kellerman I think it was on the first episode of the show. I should have got the sound, but I didn't have time to get it, so I apologize. But he told, and this is something that he said actually in his defense, he said this on First Take years ago, that he believes that the 2012-2013 LeBron James is the greatest defender that he's ever seen. And I was like, wait, what? Max, you're not 12 years old. You're not a little kid. You're not a raging, LeBronite or whatever you want to call him. I was really shocked by that statement because I'm like, you've been around basketball long enough to know better than what you're saying. Now, does that mean LeBron was not an absolute monster at this period defensively? Oh, absolutely. Because one of the things that I've said was I thought that this Miami Heat team with LeBron at the point of attack defensively was probably the second best perimeter defensive team I've ever seen. And I was always amazed at how quickly they made great defensive plays and turned that into a basket in like 3 dribbles or less, right? And I know you know what I'm talking about with that transformer.
Mm-hmm.
Like these guys get a steal, a block, a rebound, whatever.
And the ball's up in the air.
2 dribbles, right. Or an ollie and somebody getting boomed on. Or it's, look at LeBron moving his feet here. This is crazy. And this is why, remember, I was arguing with you and Sneed, and I'm not saying you guys were wrong. Why I was saying I felt like the Miami LeBron to me was the peak LeBron, because I think the out of this world athleticism put him on a whole different level, right? On both sides of the ball. And so, yes, he was a fantastic help defender. And that's kind of the thing.
I'm glad you showed that clip, though. That's because it's a lot of play. Like, folks forget LeBron, he could play defense. He was a good defender at one point of his career. And folks just like, he's never been a defender.
No, that's a lot. And you guys,
there you go.
You guys know I'm not a LeBron guy, but that LeBron was crazy. And that's why I'm not saying you and Sneed are wrong. That's why for me, that LeBron, I think, is the best LeBron. Now, I guess I totally understand you guys' argument. Fair. Right. So, that's why I am on that. But back to the defensive point. We saw some of what he was doing. And like I said, his athleticism to me is what made that difference. But when I look at all-time great defenders, right? I look at, okay, let me say this. We've heard the expression jack of all trades, master of none, right? I don't believe that if you do everything, you can be great at everything. Human beings aren't made to be that way. That's why, like Bruce Lee, God bless the dead, once said, I don't admire the man who knows 1,000 kicks. I admire the man who does the same kick 1,000 times. See what I'm saying? Because if you're trying to do everything, you can't master one thing. And so you can be really good at a number of things, but you can't master any one thing. And so when it comes to LeBron's defense and they say, well, he could guard all 5 positions and he's a versatile defender. What up, Blue?
Bruh. I gave her a treat to wake her up and she ate it and went right back to sleep, man. God.
But yeah, but yeah, when it comes down to it, yes. And you and I had this discussion on the show. He could guard all 5 positions, but he can't lock down any position. And to me, when you're talking about somebody being the greatest defender of all time, I think you should be able to do that. Before we get into some more footage from some other all-time great defenders, Transformer, what do you think on what I've said so far on this topic?
I mean, what you're saying isn't wrong. Miami LeBron was a great defender, in my opinion. Not saying he was the best defender in the league at that time. No, it was other great defenders that were better than him. But it was the fact that, like I said, in that clip you saw, and I say this a lot of times in my debates, folks forget, like LeBron used to sit in that chair. Like he could sit in that chair when he wanted to. We saw glimpses of it at Cleveland. Now, granted, Cleveland, in my opinion, was just the most polished version of LeBron that we've ever seen. From the 3-ball, from the triple threat, from the facilitating, from like you just couldn't stop him. It was just like he was still athletic. He was still dunking on you. He's still playing passing lanes. He's still crazy in the break. He's still a locomotive running to the basket. It was just like he had everything polished in the one package, and you just couldn't do nothing with it, right? Versus like, we saw what happened in Miami. Like you could get to him a little bit. You send 4, you send 5. Dwayne Wade was kind of at the end of his career when it came to the knees and Chris Bosh's injury. So it was a lot more you can just hone in on LeBron on because he wasn't just as polished. And I believe Steve Kerr said this as well. He said 5 years ago, before the back and forth between him and the Warriors and the Cleveland, he said 5 years ago, LeBron was great, but he was like, we didn't fear him as much. And he was like, but this one, we're terrified. So we're terrified with everything he can do. Like he can do literally everything on the floor, and it just makes it difficult for us to coach against. But in retrospect of this, I have no idea what Max Kellerman is trying to say. When you first brought this to my table this morning after I woke up, but I'm like, okay, maybe he didn't say ever, because ever is a extremely egregious take.
He said the best defender he ever saw, which I still think is crazy.
That's and Max Kellerman has got to be in his late 50s. I believe he's maybe 50 something. How old is
he's
Max?
Around low 50s, I think. He's
okay, maybe low 50s. All right, give him low 50s. So that means you've been around to see and understand basketball for the better part of 35 to 40 years. Like you've had that amount of time, right? So you take 40 years back from the day, it is 2025. That means in 1985, you was able to watch defense and watch an NBA and grasp everything that you were watching. I highly doubt that LeBron was that guy that you saw in that 40 years that was the best. If you were to say like Ron Artest or Kawhi Leonard or I almost said Draymond Green, Tony Allen, like those type of guys, like when you're looking at it from a guard perspective, not looking at it from a center, the Ben Wallaces, the Dennis Rodman, like not all those guys, but I'm looking at forwards. Scottie Pippen, for example. Scottie Pippen was always was a defensive guy. LeBron being the best at no, Max, this is the check. I think I hear the check. I hear the cha-ching. Oh, there it is. All right, there it is. I got to get back into the mainstream media. And what way do I do it by not causing a rift or something to debate about? Like we're debating about it right now about LeBron being as great as a defensive player that he was. Yeah. There was one year that he did finish runner-up for defensive player of the year. That was LeBron's best defensive year. That was his best year, right? But there's no way you could say you saw the best defender ever in no DPOIs. So nobody else saw it? Nobody else saw the best defender ever.
Right.
With no DPOIs. That just don't make sense.
Right.
It just don't make
sense. So let's go to, I agree with you totally. So like I was saying before, a big part of it for me is you got to be able to lock people. You got to be able to put the clamps. And I'm not talking about put the clamps on for selected stretches. Like we hear this whole, he locked up MVP Derrick Rose lies, right? You kind of hang around and then in the fourth quarter, you take him for stretches. That's not locking somebody up. I've consistently said that. I want to see, this is my assignment. Give me that. I'm going to control him or lock him down. Now, the great offensive players, it's very, very difficult to completely lock up. But in fairness, we saw Gary Payton with Michael Jordan as his defensive primary assignment in the NBA Finals, hold this guy to like 5 of 20 shooting. That's a very, very difficult thing to do. To me, that is elite. But let's look at some of the all-time great defenders. And obviously, there was just too many for me to cut whole clips of, but just watching here, I separated them into bigs and then perimeter. Now we see my guy Dream here, right? Now it's so funny. They always
look
talk
LeBron-esque.
Chase down, but don't say that. Don't say that.
LeBron-esque.
Right? I was about to say, they always talk about the chase down blocks. A lot of guys did it. That right there that we just saw is the greatest block in history, in my opinion. Saved the championship. There we see D-Rob. Had a season average 4.5 blocks in the league.
That looked Wemby-esque.
Dominant. Would you stop being disrespectful?
I'm not being disrespectful.
How are you going to say is Wemby-esque and Wemby came after him?
I mean, because
now we see Patrick Ewing.
I'm trying to relate the new viewers to the old guards, man. I gotta get some perspective.
I got you. Now we got Mount Mutombo, king of the
finger. There we go, Mount Mutombo.
And you know what I love about these old time big men defenders? Like, glitching. My bad.
Twerk.
Yeah, right.
Twerk.
These guys are blocking multiple shots in the same possession. Like, to me, that's defense.
That's Wemby-esque.
It's get to stop, get to 3 and 4 blocks in the same possession. That's dominant, right? And so I look at it because as a big, right, I was the last line of defense. This is why I get on Jokic so much. And no disrespect to him, prayers up in all seriousness. Hope he comes back soon healthy. You're supposed to be the last line of defense as a big, right? You are supposed to protect the rim. And that's why I got so much love for the David Robinsons and the Hakeem Olajuwons, because those guys could do what they want the modern guys to do, switch to pick and roll, but still get back and defend the rim, and they could still defend their man, right? Yes, Woodage, that Hakeem guy was pretty good defensively. And David Robinson and Patrick Ewing and Mount Mutombo, those guys don't get their credit either. And Patrick Ewing is an all-time great man defender.
Mutombo definitely gets his credit.
Well, I think that in terms of when you compare it, like Dream is just so, I think, otherworldly that maybe those guys, they look at it as kind of a step down from them, right?
Okay.
Right. So here's the other thing now. Now let's go to elite perimeter defense, right?
Okay.
And I think now, we look at the GOAT here. Look how he's moving his feet. Making it hard on these guys, moving his feet, not using his hands. And this is funny. He just defended a shooting guard in Dumars. Now he's defending a big 6'10" small forward in Bird. Now he's back on a point guard. Oh, that's 3 out of 5 positions. And by the way, when Michael Jordan won his Defensive Player of the Year, he averaged 1.6 blocks per game as a freaking guard. I don't think LeBron has ever averaged 1.6 blocks per game in his career, in his season. I'm almost positive. That's him against Grant Hill, who is an absolute freak. And so Mike could hound you. He could harass you. Plus, he also was elite in the passing lanes. Now we see Gary Payton, the glove, one of the greatest defenders ever. This guy rip you. Pardon the quality, guys. Obviously, a lot of this footage came from previous
the quality messed up when it came to Jordan. That's crazy.
Well, early on, now we got Kawhi the Claw, one of the most elite perimeter defenders of this era. That's another guy, could guard point guard, could guard shooting guard, could guard small forward. And in this era where guys are smaller, can guard the power forward as well. And look at this. Now, I just did that, and somehow I left out Scottie Pippen and Mookie Blaylock and John Stockton, all these elite defenders.
Yeah, Ron Artest, Tony Allen.
Right. There's just too many. But the point is, I was just going off the top of my head when I was doing that, and I didn't want to make the clips too long. But the point is, to say that LeBron is the best defender, whatever year it was, you've ever seen, and I left out Kobe, and he was an elite man on defender. Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, right? There's so many. So I say all this to say that LeBron James was the best defender you've ever seen when you're in your 50s, we know that you on the take. You can say, oh, that's that man's opinion. We know that man knows better than that because he's seen so much more than that. Go ahead, Transformer. I think you have something to say.
I mean, no, you're speaking it. I got nothing. I got nothing. Cha-ching.
Oh, okay.
Cha-ching. Because even like you would have to prove to me that, like I said, the context. I want to understand the context of this conversation. I want to hear the conversation because it's all about wording. I don't want to. I don't want to go too far off of this. And we found out that Max Kellerman literally said that's the best year of defense that I saw with LeBron. Like, okay, that's a different conversation, right?
Well, what I read was saying that's the best defender he's ever seen. That's all I keep saying.
That's crazy.
I think he's crazy. So
maybe sexy because he's like, okay, whenever LeBron steals it, it's off to a sexy fast break in Miami. Maybe that is what you're looking at because, like you said, to your point, if that ball is up in the air. The ball is gone in 2 to 3 dribbles, and somebody either him or Wade are dunking it home.
It's going into the rim on the other side.
It's going to the rim, right? So maybe he's like, that's the most sexiest defense I've ever seen because back then they were highlight reels. Those two were highlight reels. It's like if Blake Griffin and Chris Paul was like to get to the same height, and both of them had athleticism. And just go.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Just go.
Yeah. But I mean, and I want to make it clear, Transformer. This is not me trying to take shots at LeBron because I've said on multiple times that I believe that LeBron was phenomenal on defense. Now, for me, my defensive mindset and strategy, how I see it, I don't like a guy playing like a free safety position. I want you to guard your position or guard the position that I want you to guard as a coach, and I want you to lock that up, completely take that out of the game. Because what that does, in my estimation, again, and I'm not a coach, is to completely disrupt the offensive rhythm and flow and timing of the other team, right? Now, you can say, well, if you got a free safety, you don't know where he's going to be on the floor. He can make plays, and that's viable as well.
And that's where a lot of LeBron's bread and butter gets made off the free safety position.
But I think that what that does is overrate his defense, right? Because that's great when you're the elite athlete, right? Which we saw he was in 2012, 2013. But when that athleticism starts to slow down a bit, because I don't think he's great defensively fundamentally. I don't think anyone can say that. So when the athleticism starts to slow down, you can't rely on the fundamentals. Like, obviously, he's a way better player than Ron Artest. I'm not trying to compare the two. But on the defensive side, Ron Artest talked about how when he was training, he would do an hour of defensive slides before he even started doing anything, shooting the ball or anything, right? So that he's concentrating on fundamentals, concentrating on, movement, concentrating on all these things. So I think that so much of what LeBron did defensively is, basketball IQ, yes, but also part of it is the insane athleticism to kind of be able to be everywhere at once, right? What do they call that? Like amoeba defense. And I think that was huge.
And his IQ has a lot to do with it too. Yeah. Especially like you look at him in his Laker years, like you see him often knowing the play, and he's literally still in that free safety position, pointing. That's right. You go here, you go there, you go there, and the ball goes there, and like AD or somebody look at him like, bro, how did you know that?
How did you know that?
Like you knew that
at all?
I seen it.
Yeah,
I know what play they're gonna run. I just need to be here, and then sometimes it'll work for him. He's like, I know the ball is coming here, so he's like, I'm gonna pass off the primary ball handler because I know he's trying to get the ball to Clay, or I know he's trying to get the ball over here in this corner because that's the design to play. And you see Bron pick it off, and he's going the other way. Right. Yeah. So I mean, some people are great at certain ways of defense, and I think that LeBron found, like, again, to his point, he found his niche. My niche is that my IQ is great, and I don't need to be the on-ball defender all the time. If I have a teammate that's a better defender on ball, put him on ball. I'm going to play better free safety because I can watch the back end better than I can one-on-one in front of you, right? So I'm never going to discredit his defense because he didn't primarily guard the one-on-one guy all the time, because I've seen him get in the chair quite a few times back and forth for possession or two, him or Kobe, or one of my favorite series is that it was a Clipper Lakers game, and Kawhi Leonard tried to one-on-one him, and Bron closed it, clamped that shit up. Right. He passed it to Paul George. Bron switched to Paul George. He clamped that shit up. He locked him up. He was like,
yes.
And they was like, bro, like Bron just turned into a freaking
No doubt.
The claw in like a matter of seconds. Like, what happened?
But here's my thing, though, Transformer. And he did. And those were two great, fantastic defensive sequences. Yes.
Yeah. Like, that's what you're going to get out of him. You're not going to get that all game.
If he had that assignment on Kawhi for the whole game, is he able to do that at the end? Right. That's my thing. That's why I look at a Gary Payton and I'm like, Gary Payton to take your whole offense apart because he's locking up your point guard. Or, he was at 6'4". He was big enough to defend your 2 guard too. Right. Yeah. Completely taking that out of the game. Your Kevin Garnett's right. I didn't even have him on the highlights, but a Kevin Garnett can defend 2 through 5. He's a 7-footer. It's going to be hard for him to defend the point, but I'll
take the point up a little faster.
Right. Just, the size disparity in the physics. Yeah. But the point is, I would rather that, right? So when I was looking it up, kind of doing some more information on this, the general consensus is that Max Kellerman argues for LeBron because he says that instead of my thing guarding the one guy, like you're saying, he values LeBron's defensive versatility, the Swiss Army knife method, right? So let's compare LeBron James in 2012, 2013, which he says is LeBron's best season ever defensively. He says LeBron was the best defender he's ever seen.
So you have to assume that's his best year defensively, period.
I would hope so, but I'm just going by what he said. So
he might say it was last year, Bruce.
Right. So let's compare that to Olajuwon being Defensive Player of the Year in 93, 94. I think he was also Defensive Player of the Year in like 90, but 93, 94. Defensive win shares LeBron 4.7. Defensive win shares Dream 7.9. Defensive blocks plus minus LeBron 2.4. Dream 3.1. Defensive rating LeBron 101. Dream 95. Lower defensive rating means better. Blocks per game LeBron 0.9. Dream 3.7. Steals per game
fair, though.
LeBron 1.7. Hakeem 1.6. What's not fair?
No, I said that part's not fair. Like the blocks and stuff like that. Like people were challenging the rim. Like you were there to protect the rim. You're going to get more blocks. Like I'm not going to say Wembanyama. I'm not going to put Wembanyama and Kawhi Leonard in the same sentence because Victor Wembanyama is there to protect the rim. He's going to get more blocks. Yeah, Kawhi Leonard is going to get chase downs and he's going to get blocks off of one-on-one defense off of a guard. He's not blocking everything that's coming to the rim. Hakeem didn't want anything in the rim.
No, he didn't.
Anything.
No,
you come in here. Oh, you're a guard, beating that out the rim. This guy come up, get that out of the rim. You about to throw a lit? Get that out of here. Like the Dikembe Mutombo series. I'm never going to compare LeBron to that because that's Dikembe's position. LeBron will stop somebody, but it'll be off one play because Bron looking to hike it up the floor. Because I got the block. Somebody get the ball. I'm gone because nobody can stop me in transition. Nobody. I'm going to blow past everybody, and it's going to be an and one, or I'm going through free throw line. But that part's not fair, Bruce.
No, it's not. But that's fine because when you look at it and you say, okay, steals per game, LeBron averages 1.7, and Dream at a center averages 1.6. Comparing those seasons, so like, okay, we can leave the blocks out, but Dream still is right there or ahead of LeBron and everything else.
So, okay, steals
as a center.
Because you got to think about how Hakeem was guarding bigs. Bigs back then, or compared to now, they're sloppy with the ball in their hands. It's to me, it's easier for Hakeem to get steals against bigs than it is for Bron gets it against guards. Guards are your ball handlers, right? So like steals for LeBron being a little bit higher. Okay, to me, that's a little bit more impressive than a center who's just taking advantage of sloppy ball handling from a bigger guy's perspective. To me,
if you go back and you watch Dream play, I totally get you, but it wasn't just him slapping the ball away from centers. It wasn't just that.
No, I'm just saying you can get a bulk of it like that, though. I mean, I'm not just saying it's just that easy. That's not what I'm about to say about Hakeem. Hakeem was a great defender. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it's a little like it's more common that he'll get a steal off of sloppy ball handling from an interior big,
right?
Compared to LeBron versus a guard or a small forward.
Right. Yeah.
Especially nowadays with the way they handling the freaking ball, it's just ridiculous.
Right. But I mean, even if we take away Dream, we look at, okay, so Young Disciple here, and this is an interesting point. He says, meaning switchability, which LeBron was second to none.
Switchability?
Like
Gary
switch.
Payton, Scottie Pippen on a switch.
I would put Scottie Pippen and Kevin Garnett with anybody on the ability to switch.
Yeah, on a switch. Absolutely.
Yeah. I would put
What's that? Tayshaun Prince? I mean, not Tayshaun, Tyron, the one that played in Detroit. Tayshaun Prince.
Mm-hmm.
That boy on switch defense?
Yeah.
You talk about a problem. Kobe was just like, bro,
I don't know what to do here.
I don't know what to do. At first, I had Rip on me. I was going to rip him up. All of a sudden, Tayshaun just comes out of nowhere. And it's like, yo, how did he switch? Like, who's letting him
Well, young disciple, we can say that, but that's not necessarily the case because you're old enough to remember, and I know you said you grew up watching Dream, so respect due being from Houston and all that, but we saw Dream constantly switch out on the perimeter and still get back and protect the rim. And one of the clips I showed in the big man defense was Dream, and I always talk about it, literally saving the championship for Houston by being out near the top of the circle. Patrick Ewing drew him out there on that last play of Game 6 in '94. Patrick Ewing draws him out. He's got to go with Pat because Pat can hit the long mid-range. And then off of the switch, Dream jumped off of Ewing, ran all the way out to the wing, and blocked the John Starks 3 after I think he had made 5 threes in that game and had 27 points. So one more, and that series is over, and Dream literally saved it. So I say that to say Dream could get out on the perimeter as well and still get back and defend the rim. So that's, that's a stretch for me.
I don't know why, but I can't comment to you, your favorite hater. For some odd reason, you're not popping up on regular YouTube. But I'm trying to ask you, because if you're gonna say LeFraud couldn't switch and guard Jason Terry, then you're talking shit about Kobe too. Because Jason Terry killed Kobe too.
So this is interesting. Did Jason Terry kill Kobe?
Yes, he did. He actually averaged more that series than he did against Miami. He put Kobe in the blood. They couldn't do that. I gotta
go look that up. But I do remember specifically, and this to me was embarrassing for a guy that so many people say is the GOAT and the second best player of all time.
Love Kobe.
Do we remember during those finals, Magic was calling those finals, and one of the things he said was, now we have to see, can LeBron guard Jason Terry? Like, to me, I was like, that's crazy work for a dude that's that good to say for that question. Okay, we get it. For a dude who's that good, a question to be asked, can he guard a role player? Like that was insane to me. But regardless, I just think overall it's absolutely crazy for Max Kellerman, the dude, the age that he has and the historical sports knowledge that he possesses, to say that LeBron at any point, whether it was that year, which he was insane. Again, I'm saying he was insane. Remember, that's how I opened this topic. I thought he was incredible. But to say that he's the best defender that Max ever saw, for Max to say that,
that's a stretch, man.
Crazy. I think that's crazy. But ready to go ahead and take a couple calls on this?
Yeah, because I mean, cha-ching. Cha-ching. Like,
are you saying cutting the check?
Somebody got to, because like I like LeBron. I'm right, but I cut a fine line when I feel like I hear bullshit, and this is where I hear the bullshit. Like, this is the fine line, right?
Gotcha. So, VC, what up, brother? How you doing, man?
Oh man, what's going on? Happy New Year, guys.
Thank you, sir. Happy New Year to you as well.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Calling about this LeBron James thing. I'm 26, so
okay,
I'm pretty limited. But I say this: the best big man defender I'll give it to is probably Dwight Howard, and on the wing, I was going to say Kawhi, but I think I got to go with Tony Allen as far as who I've seen, especially in playoff ball. The thing with LeBron James is, that's why I have to agree with you, Bruce. I give Miami as his best stint playing. I mean, he was the athlete that he was, what he could do offensively, especially defensively, because Pat Riley was not going to let you sit around and not play defense.
That's a fact.
And the thing with LeBron James is he gets all this credit for the free safety thing, and it kind of like ticks me off. If you want to be a free safety, then you should have played football. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
How could you pause there? How could you knock him for something that he's great at? That's kind of foolish to me.
But see, I'm not saying it in a way to knock him. It's just like, it's just like, come on, man. Like, when I see LeBron have that really, like you did say with the PG, the Kawhi, but even back then, man, when people talk about LeBron locking someone up, it'd be a small guard like Derrick Rose. When it came to some of his peers in the wing, you wasn't really seeing that as much. But what I will say, though, is with LeBron, to continue, though, now, especially nowadays with him in L.A., it's like now with his defense, you pretty much only see him playing defense where he can show off that he's 41 and he's able to run and jump high. But I will not discredit LeBron as a defender. Him being that Swiss Army knife is definitely good. But, man, I did wish we could get more of that, just, the Michael Jordan mindset. Hey, I'm getting your best offensive player, and I'm taking him out the game.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say he never did it. I'm just saying, that's just something I wish I could see more. But, you can't take away from the fact that, I've seen DeMar DeRozan say in interviews, they play in Toronto, Cleveland in the second stint. LeBron James knows your play. He's telling the other guys where you're supposed to stand at.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is it an IQ thing? Are you reading their playbooks, man? Like, how are you knowing that, man?
I think he studies a lot of film, clearly. And when you're around for a long time, you're able to, manifest those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, man. But now what you were saying about Dream, though, man, I think of some more defenders you could talk about. I mean,
for sure.
You had Tyson Chandler. Another thing with that 2012, 2013, I know LeBron James really wanted that DPOY, and they gave it to Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol didn't win the first team all defense that year. But you also got to notice, you also got to mark that the year before that, 2012, Tyson Chandler was the defensive player of the year, and he didn't make a first team either.
Right.
So I don't know what was up with the voters.
Well,
I don't know if LeBron to this day takes that as an offense. So he kind of like picks and chooses.
I'm sure he does.
When he wants, he's a petty guy. So, but no, man. But with Max Kellerman, though, I don't know, man. I've been seeing clips of this podcast with him and Rich Paul. I don't know why an agent is able to talk this much. He actually reminds me of Puff. You know what I mean?
In the video.
You all in the video dancing. He's all on the podcast talking. So
that's
I don't
funny.
know, man.
No, Rich Paul is doing his job, and I'm not mad at that.
He's great at it.
You catch him out there with the BS, then you call it out, but he is doing his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate
it. He gets his players paid, and he keeps LeBron in the conversation.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you calling, brother. Have a great day.
All right. You too.
Steve, it's Rich Diddy.
Right. No, R. Diddy.
Rich Diddy.
Nino, what up, brother?
What's going on, man?
Maintaining, my man. How you doing?
What's going on? Hey,
all right. Happy New Year, Nino.
Happy New Year, y'all. Hey, I want to know, do y'all think that we are discussing superstar defensive players, right?
I thought about that a little bit.
I hate when everybody do that. I hate when we do it, y'all do it. Everybody. LeBron, and I'm considered a LeBron guy, But I like Jordan, Kobe, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Them guys don't have the defensive assignment that real defensive players have. They don't got it. I don't care who. Now, could they do it? Could they be the best the whole game when they want to? All of them. Scotty, like I said, Dream. We know what Dream did. But they didn't have the defensive assignment like Pippen and Ron Artest. Tony Allen wasn't even on the court to play offense. He wasn't even on the court to shoot.
Well,
his job was be on the court to play defense.
Well, okay. I think that you make a great point, but I think that it's more recently that the defensive players of the year, because they have to be so outstanding, because like it's a totally different game where defense not nearly as important. So if you get a guy that locks in completely on that end of the floor, it's more noticeable, right? But when we were coming up, like if you didn't play defense or attempt to play defense, you weren't going to be on the floor to start with. So I got to disagree with you. Look who's here.
Oh, look who's Sneed.
What else, Sneed?
The fresh Kazi.
I missed the whole intro. I missed all the topics, bro. I'm the worst, bro. I'm sorry, man.
All good, brother. No, I think that, Nino, what you're saying is I disagree with it because back then you still had great offensive players who still took the defensive assignment, right? Like I said, Michael Jordan did that. Like he wanted to smoke with Clyde Drexler in the 91 finals. He wanted that. The popular narrative is that Scottie Pippen guarded Magic for the most of the way in the 91 finals. Just not true. Scottie Pippen has actually said it himself that Michael Jordan guarded Magic most of the way. And if you do the research on it, that's the case. Now, did Scottie play a role in disrupting Magic with his size? Absolutely. Pause. He played a role in that. But at the end of the day, Michael Jordan did have that assignment most of the way. So back then, because guys guarded their positions, right? For the most part, guys took the matchup. Gary Payton, people act like he was only a defender. Like this dude wasn't Marcus Smart out here. In his prime, he was averaging like 23 and 8.5. Yeah. So he was scoring, he was assisting, and he was locking up on defense. Kobe, same thing. So I just look at it to say, like, I think that's a shift more towards the modern game.
Now, I'm gonna give you that, Bruce. Now, so everything you said is correct, but I'm gonna see if you're gonna be biased or not. Now.
Okay.
Because I know you play ball. I can see that everything you said is correct. Now, is it easier to play the way defense the way they played it? Because they played what I'm saying. They played defense, but they wasn't playing against a spread offense.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to guard Kobe, trying to guard Westbrook by itself, trying to guard Kevin Durant. It was a lot of help defense going on because of the way the offense was ran. And so what I'm saying, Tony Allen would have Kobe like playing defense like they play Steph Curry now. I don't see nobody play nobody. I watch the old basketball over there. Bruce.
Right.
Well, nobody playing no defense like that way out there holding Steph Curry like that. Now, could they do it? That's not what I'm saying.
I
agree that I'm not one of them. Oh, these players can do this. But the way the game is played, which is the transforming point, and you be saying that too, it's hard to compare the errors. Because MJ wasn't never on no island guarding Kevin Durant, guarding Paul Pierce, guarding Bron.
Well,
wasn't on the island guarding Michael Jordan either.
Well, no, but MJ was on the island guarding Mitch Richmond. He was on the island guarding Steve Smith. He was on the island guarding Clyde Drexler, right? The elite offensive players of his era. He was guarding them guys. So, like, I'm not really sure.
I was giving them work, though, too.
Yeah, they
was giving them work. Yeah. They was giving them work.
What did my boy, my dude Raul say about it? What did he say about it, Bruce?
What was it? I don't remember. What was it?
He gave Michael Jordan work and everybody else.
Oh, yeah, he sure did. Yeah, he sure did.
Imagine him playing today, Bruce, with all that space.
Mahmoud was Steph before Steph. They're very similar players.
And everybody say he lying, now you better go watch film. Now.
There it is. But
that's all I got, man. I just want to say, I wouldn't even like putting Bron them in there because these guys that made the team just to play defense. They couldn't even look at the basket. So I give a nod to them as we talk all-time defense. They didn't need them.
No doubt.
That was their job.
Right. I appreciate the call, Nino. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
Steve,
man, what you had a dinner or something, cuz? I mean, look at the lineup, look at the haircut, look at the beard.
Well, he gotta go back to school tomorrow and all that.
Okay.
Bro, listen, you remember back when you were in school, right? You had to get funky fresh gear. You had
got
to
the outfit laid out. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, Steve got anything?
Bro, the problem has been like holiday seasons. They get busier. It's hard to find time to do anything outside of the family stuff. So I finally found a freaking time to get a haircut, bro.
Right.
That's right.
Sean, what up, Sean?
What's up, guys? What's up, Steve?
What up?
Man, Max Kellerman, man. Why you do you really need that check, man? I don't know why you at the wide, man. You didn't have to wide the kick.
First of all, asking another man, does he really need that check? That's an awful question to ask. I'm pretty sure if Rich Paul was to pay Bruce to say some bullshit, he'd say Bruce is taking that check.
No, that's so funny. My other homeboy always tells me that. And I'm like, I couldn't compromise myself. And the reason why is because I never had that kind of money, so I won't miss it. So I'm not going to compromise myself.
I think he would. I think he would wait to cash the check. And then after the check went through, I think he'd be like, yo, I was just playing. Yo,
I was just bullshit. Y'all know, man. Somebody had to call me to say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was tripping that day. Didn't get a lot of sleep, bro. I was hungry. I don't know.
Hey, they throw Bruce $500,000 to say Braun did this. I'm 100% positive. Bruce went, hey, man, B-Unit, we got to get on the show, man. We got to talk about LeBron.
Get on the show. You say it. I make you say it. And then you know, you have to know. Here you go, bro. You say it. I can't compromise myself. Nah, I just sit there quietly while you say it.
Oh, my bad, Sean. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Sell my soul for the bread. Go ahead, Sean.
I mean, okay, I'll admit, you know what I mean? Around that time, like I always say this about Bron, that he is, like, if you talk about his Miami days, that was his absolute best. Now, if you want to round out, like, his last 2 seasons in Cleveland, you know what I mean? Then yeah, you had that period of time when he actually did play defense, even more so in Miami. So, it's a Miami Bron is. You know, I mean, at the time, he was arguably the best two-way player, you know, around that time. I give him, like, pretty much, like, 3 years, possibly 4.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not because, like, he was, like, the best defender. You know, I mean, he was great because he actually, you know, he was a great offensive player while playing
great defense.
I'll say above average to good level defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When he needs to be. But to sit here and also say that he's the best defender that you've ever seen, and yet you are in your early, or actually it's true. At the time, I think Max was like in his 40s. So he had watched the NBA since the 80s.
Bro, Max is in his 50s.
Yeah, he's definitely in his 50s.
Bro, the pale white rapper was making rap music in 1989, bro.
Yo,
he's 52 years old. He's 52 years old.
Why was that on national TV
he was
and on the internet about saying he's called the best defender? That's like me saying Kawhi is the best defender I ever seen. And you know damn well I see Tony Allen, or I see this guy, or I see that guy, or Kevin Garnett. Like, wait, we gotta stop. We gotta stop doing this, man. Like, I get it, man. I get that you, like, Max is one of the old heads that tried to be cool with the young bucks, but that's not gonna work, man. You can't trick people like that. But damn, bro, like, why you have to say that when you know that you could just say wherever the hell you want, since you and him had an agreement to be, you know, to be equal when it comes to your commentary. That's something that pissed me off about it.
You know what it is, Sean. You know what it is. That's all I can say, man. Because some of this stuff is just egregious.
Because honestly, I mean, it's easier for Max because to say something and still be right and be good about LeBron because he has LeBron as his number 2 all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very easy for you to say something. It's very easy. So like you don't have to go outrageously or outlandish and be like, oh, the best defender I've ever seen. You don't have to say anything like that. Now, like I said, I'm still waiting on the context and hear verbatism, reverberated. We'll see exactly where he reverberated.
4 made-up words in one sentence. That is crazy, bro. Right. But we know what you mean, though. Straight up, bro. We still know.
I mean, I had Kobe in my top 3, but I'm not going to sit here and say like, "Hey, man, Kobe is like top 5 defensive player of all time." That's where that's a thing. Like, even like top. You know, I mean, you might say, yeah, you know, barely like a top 10, top 15 defensive guy.
He's not, though. There have been so many specialist defenders that you just have to put in front because that's what they did. They mastered that part of the game. They weren't even asked to do other things, so it only makes sense. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You know,
I'm with you on that, Sean.
You know, greatness will have to lie about certain
Right. And that's my thing. And that's why I said, like, I wanted to make it clear from the beginning that I thought that LeBron was crazy on defense. But
you want to know, though, Bruce?
It's not. Yeah.
This shit was not happening in 2012. 2013. Nobody said these things about Bron then.
Right.
So
yeah, man.
If Kobe doesn't pass, a lot of this stuff doesn't happen. Bean's passing created an opportunity for people to forget who and what he was in his position amongst the pantheons of greats at specific things in the game. Collectively, as a total package, Kobe was how you built an NBA player. That's how you make them. You give them the specific mentality, you give them the specific work ethic, and you just watch the sculpting of the game happen. That's what you do when you build. If I'm teaching someone how to play basketball, I'm showing them Kobe film. I don't need maybe Hakeem film, maybe, but it's Kobe film.
Yeah.
Defense and offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if he doesn't pass, look, this conversation is happening in 2025, bro. 4 or 5 years since Kobe passed?
Yeah.
5 years. Well, 6 years. It's 2026.
Nobody wanted to have this conversation in 2012, 13.
Right.
Nobody said those things.
Right.
Bro, LeBron is one of the best to ever do this thing, bro.
Yes.
Why can't we just be honest?
Right.
And tell the truth that certain players were asked to be elite defenders and certain players were asked to be good defenders and certain players needed to be elite defenders or they didn't have a job.
Right.
They got paid to do this. Ron Artest wasn't asked to score. If you got 12 from him, you were like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
but
great.
Didn't he have... Go ahead. Let me see. I know he had some really good scoring seasons.
Oh, yeah. It's been a season where he averaged 20.
Yeah,
Ron Artest?
even when he was an elite defender. I'm gonna take your call, young disciple. I'm just getting done with this.
Everything is just overdone, bro. It's too much hyperbole. Now Max is falling for this stuff, bro. Now he's feeding into it. The Concord, the discourse about the conversations of greatest defenders of all time. You start and stop with the principles of defense. And all you have to, I've done film breakdowns. I've done complete analysis of defensive posturing. Like, it's what I do. And it's so easy to see when you evaluate players, but people want narratives to drive the discourse about greatness of players. 2012, LeBron was a great defender, his greatest defensive year, probably. But did you know that the following season, it was basically the same? But nobody talks about that year. That's how you know this is all a bunch of
it's easier to push the narrative of that's what I was about to say. It's easier to push the narrative of he got robbed for defensive player of the year,
Tell
blah,
me
blah,
the
blah.
difference
When it's
between
like
13, 14 Bron and 12, 13. You can't do it. It looks the same.
Right.
Yep, it does look the same. To me, it's a trip, man. Like, I mean, I get it. You know, I mean, they built this project since like the 2000s. So they keep on trying to make it to be like, hey, he's better than Mike. And then when things all fail, they want to lower their expectations until he actually win a championship so they can boost him up. Or he able to do this accomplishment and boost him up.
Right.
Like, that is the thing that kind of aggravates me when it comes to it. Like, there is a reason why, these people like you always get on his head because of stuff like this. Like, be consistent. If I said Kobe Bryant is better than Michael Jordan and also he fails, I have to be close. We all do. Hakeem, he lost against the Celtics. And you know what happened? He still is among the top 5. He just said he's not like the best big man in the world. So we all who, when we have like our greatest players, our favorite players, we eat crow. Why can't Bron fans do the same exact thing? That's all I ask.
You know what, Sean?
100%
Sean, we got to be honest here, and then I'm gonna let you go. A big part of it, unfortunately, is this same sports media, man, because most of the time when you hear them talk, they're repeating the same talking points that they hear from the mainstream sports media. So it's not just them. They've been conditioned over, the last 20 whatever years to see it the way they see it and to say the things they say.
I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? If you're gonna glaze winners, glaze winners because they actually win something. Don't glaze someone who lose more than they won. That's all. You know what I mean? Just being honest. I mean, shoot, man. Like, these LeBron fans think that anything in LA, everyone talks about LeBron. No, that's not true. In Los Angeles right now, Shohei Ohtani is the face in Los Angeles. But I'll stop right there. You know, y'all hang up.
No doubt, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the
yes,
call.
sir.
All right, brother. Young disciple only. Please call back. I want to make sure we take your call, bro. But yeah, it's I used to blame it on his fans, but a big part of at least 50% of that is the mainstream sports media that has been pushing certain narratives for all these years. So think about it. If you grow up hearing those things over and over again for 2 decades, you're going to believe it and you're going to repeat that.
By the way, Bruce, real quick, Bruce, I did a film breakdown on my channel about 2009 LeBron's defense. That actually was the best version of LeBron as a defender because he wasn't as heavy as he was before. His feet were actually faster. His strength and size was good enough in 09. He didn't need to be 260. 240, he was actually faster, so he was better on the perimeter. 09 was actually the best version of Bron.
I got to check out that video.
Yeah.
Okay. No doubt. Young disciple, what's good, brother?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Maintain it.
Hey, I just want to know, what y'all mean when y'all say it's because of Kobe passing that they able to get away with saying stuff like this. Like, I just want y'all to draw the parallel for me because I don't get that.
There were no conversations about this in 2012 or 13, or 14 or 15, or 16 or 17, or 18 or 19, or 20 or 21.
Conversations about what?
About like LeBron being the greatest defender of all time that anybody ever saw.
So how would Kobe stop Max from thinking that?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I'm with you. I don't understand why they're doing this. I don't get it.
No. I'm just saying when y'all throwing Kobe name out there, and to me, like it ain't even that shit ain't even warranted. Like I mean, even if that's the side of the street you stand on, like I'm just saying to every time LeBron gets any type of praise or any type of compliment, like y'all want to link it to and say like if Kobe, bro, when Kobe was, answer me this question, was Kobe here when they was ranking them the 40th best player in the league and he was having to call ESPN idiots? Was he here then?
I don't get it. What are you trying to say?
Oh, he talking about the Bleach Report ranking.
I'm saying,
and Kobe went and dominated the very next season.
You said none of this stuff would happen if Kobe was here. That's what you're saying, bro. And I'm saying why Kobe was here, bro. It was conversations and debates where his name wasn't in there. It was LeBron and Mike.
When did they start?
It was Kobe and Mike before LeBron, before Kobe passed.
I'm not trying to argue if it's right or wrong, bro. That's not what I'm arguing. That's to each his own. I'm not here for that right now. What I'm saying is that for you to say if Kobe was here, like, bro, Kobe couldn't even stop the negative narratives that was given about him.
Why didn't they ever say these things about LeBron in 2012 if they really believe what they're saying? First of all, LeBron in 2012 was absolutely. Hold on, just let me finish real quick. LeBron in 2012 was absolutely elite defensively. There's nothing wrong with that. That is 100% fact. There's a reason why he was validated as a candidate for DPOY. But nobody talked about that season ever being his best defensive year, the best defensive year they've ever seen then. And I'm trying to figure out is why.
I'm just saying, but why are you linking that to Kobe though? Saying if Kobe,
because now all these things like this are happening.
How do you think that Kobe would have stopped Max from saying what he's
saying?
It's
not about stopping it. It's about why are they doing this now? It's not about stopping it. If they were doing this in 15, 16, 18, I wouldn't be saying this. They're doing it now. Bro, my question is why now?
But bro, they was praising. So after he came back from 3-1, they would have a GOAT debate with Mike and LeBron.
GOAT debates with Mike and Bron in 2016?
I don't think so.
No. I never came across those conversations. Ever.
So what are y'all doing? So when are y'all saying GOAT debate started?
I mean, the GOAT debate's a new manufactured media machine. That's all within the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay, since when? What year?
I'd say probably 2020.
Did I freeze?
1920. Yeah.
okay, bro. Okay. And you say you from Cleveland. Bro, they been having LeBron. Bro, LeBron been being compared to MJ, bro, for his whole damn career.
Comparisons are wonderful. Everybody loves comparisons. It doesn't mean it's legitimate.
What do you, hey, bro? What do you make? Hey, bro. Hey, let me see. You're an individual. Like your name is Sneed. I'm saying, we don't think that LeBron is ever gonna see Sneed's list. No, bro. Players play nigga for publications, bro. Nigga, those lists that we see they come out.
Players don't play for publications. They play to win games.
Bro, that's what you say. What?
Players play to win games. They play to win.
Okay, bro. We're going around the world. I don't want to get there. I'm just saying, bro. Like, bro. R.I.P. to Kobe and Gigi, bro. I'm just saying, bro. We don't gotta bring like for you to say what you said, bro. I'm just saying, bro. It's a poor taste to me, bro. If Kobe was here, like, come on, bro. Like that's the only thing I had a problem with, bro. Whatever else y'all say, but it's cool, bro. But let's not lose sight of the fact, bro, that Kobe had the utmost respect for LeBron, bro. And
because LeBron is great, absolutely. We all have respect for LeBron.
I'm just saying, bro, that other stuff, bro. You saying if he was here,
we're just not going to sit here and pretend like all this isn't happening in the last 5 years.
Everybody wish Kobe was here, bro, and didn't lose his life the way he did. You don't gotta tie those two things together, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro.
The thing is, let me wrap this up because I want to get you back on topic. So, a lot of stuff. The over exaggerations is where I see where this wouldn't have been said if Kobe was alive, because Kobe would have something to say about it. Yeah. And they don't want to hear what Kobe would have to say about it, because Kobe would give you the cold, hard truth about it. That's where you hear that conversation a lot. Like, this wouldn't be said if Kobe was here, because they try to delete Kobe's name like Kobe was never a part of that conversation, when Kobe's always been a part of that conversation. But post 2020, I'm wrapping up. Let me finish. I'm gonna get you back on topic. Let me finish, and I'm gonna get you back on topic. All right. Post 2020, when Kobe passed away, every single year they tried to sweep everything that Kobe did under the rug a little bit more, and try to upper echelon LeBron on stratospheres that didn't exist when Kobe was still there. That's what people are saying. That's what we've all saying. Now, granted, I like LeBron and I like Kobe too. And I'm here to tell you, I saw both, because it became a time in 2023 where I was like, wait, when did Kobe leave this conversation? Like, Kobe, and Shaq even says it, like, how are we skipping over the fact that Kobe was a part of this conversation? That's where I said it too. Shaq said it, but both of them said it. So it's like they're forgetting the Kobe's. Like, when we say this wouldn't be said if Kobe was alive, that's what we meant. But let's get you back on topic. What was your thoughts on Max Kellerman's? What was your thoughts on Max Kellerman's conversation about it?
I mean, I get what he's saying, bro. I understand what he's saying. The 2012 and 2013, nigga LeBron, as far as his switchability, his defensive IQ, his all around, like, in those finals, he went from guarding Danny Green to shutting down Tony Parker to blocking Tim Duncan's shot. Like he was all around. Like, to me, I'm saying, if we put switchability and IQ into it, nigga, he the best defender that I ever seen. The defenders that y'all was naming, like they were specialists, but they were specialists, nigga, at one thing or the other, which means Jordan couldn't switch on to no offensive player that was on the block or a power forward or a center and holding his own. Hakeem, yes, I've seen him do switches, but it was here and there. It wasn't at the rate that LeBron had to do it, and he didn't have to do it in the space that LeBron had to do it in. So when it comes to just basketball, and then I heard Sneeze say that he was like that LeBron was too slow. Like, I think he said slow of foot. You can't be slow. Your feet can't be slow, bro. If you're able to guard Derrick Rose, which is one of the fastest players that was in the league at that time, from 1 through 5 in 2012, 2013, LeBron was it was none like him. And the reason why he didn't win DPOY and Marcus Gasol got it is because back then that's when the media voted for DPOY. The coaches voted for first teams. So we know who going by the first team votes, LeBron was the defensive player of the year. And that's all I gotta say, bro. But just y'all stop with that other stuff, man. Y'all please,
we won't, but we appreciate you for calling in, bro.
That other stuff, man. All right, bro.
We won't. All right, bro.
Appreciate that from Young Disciple. Love it. Hey, Bruce,
Always
I saw you call
energy.
in, man. Let's take one more. Bruce, call back in Baltimore, Bruce, man. Sorry I missed you, brother. I want to make sure I get you in here. Go ahead.
Man, what I saw
Jason
Terry do in 2011 was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Not even LeBron could stop him. That's how good Jason Terry was in that series.
Yeah,
it's really hard. It's really hard to defend Jason Terry when he's like that. But you know what the Miami Heat should have did? Is move D Wade to Jason Terry.
That's what I was wondering.
That was a huge mistake because it exploited LeBron's only weakness on defense.
Yeah.
Was that because of physics?
Mm-hmm.
See, people don't want to have conversations about physics, bro.
Right,
they don't want
to.
The teacher has arrived.
Right.
No, they don't want to talk about the physics of moving weight and inertia.
The real teacher arrived. Assalamu alaikum, Aki.
Salam. What up, Chief?
Salam, Chief.
No, me and Max Kellerman about the same age.
Okay.
I'm about a month older than Max.
Okay.
So, and this is to me, the greatest defender I've seen with my eyes is a guy by the name of Dennis Rodman.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
Now, Dennis Rodman put in Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Karl Malone, Shaq. So
did he have elite IQ, Chief?
Yup.
Did he have range?
Yup.
Did he have shot blocking?
He had it all.
Did he have switchability?
He had everything.
So he had everything that we've been talking about this whole time. Okay, gotcha.
Everything. And
I'm just trying to call a spade a spade. You got to have everything. Yeah.
He used it. He used it. And matter of fact, Michael Jordan, he ended up for the Bulls to win again. So
do you agree, Chief, that he actually punched above his weight?
Yeah, for sure.
But he was such a great athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's you might look at his annex. As far as an athlete, exercise, bike, he could cover everything.
Mm-hmm.
The reason, as great as LeBron was, there was one player in that era we're undervaluing how great he was Dwight Howard when he won his 3 Defensive Players of the Year.
He was elite.
He was elite then.
Yeah.
Now, 2012, Mark, I kind of get that one, but that is the reason why I couldn't put, as good as LeBron was, he wasn't better than Dwight those years.
Mm-hmm.
He just wasn't. Not those years. So I'm a LeBron guy. But if we're going by what I see, got to be Dennis Rodman.
That's fair. Let me ask you, Chief, while we got you, man. And Dwight Howard is another one I neglected to mention. All-time great defender for his era, right? Well, all-time great defender, and ideally...
He was a DPOY for 3 consecutive years before 2012.
Right. So here's my question, though, right? Would you take Dwight Howard as a defensive player of the year over and okay, I'm going to name some names and you'd say yes or no. Would you take him as a defensive player of the year over Olajuwon?
No.
David Robinson?
Yeah.
Yes. Why David Robinson?
Wow.
As athletic as David was, that kid, Dwight, he just had it. As far as his instinct.
I think D-Rob had it too. He was a monster.
I think so. And D-Rob actually ran the floor a little better than Dwight. Crazy. He did. He ran it better defensively. He covered more ground.
Patrick Ewing never won one, and we know why he never won one. But if you had Dwight Howard and Patrick Ewing, which one you going?
I would say Dwight, but the reason why it's Dwight, you know who taught Dwight his defensive principles, right?
Oh, that's right, Patrick Ewing. Right. Great point.
He tried to teach him free throws. It didn't happen, bro.
No.
Right. But other than that, man.
Okay.
Right, but then too, we also got to look at the era. Dwight wasn't quite 7 feet like those other guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about Alonzo Mourning?
Yeah, but Dwight Howard's vertical put him at Dwight Howard's vertical put him at almost 13 feet.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
So, like, the height was not that relevant, you know.
It wasn't that relevant, but he was so freakish athletically.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why. Zoe was great.
Okay,
Zoe was great.
Zoe was a warrior. But when I think of defenders and with the eye test of what I've seen, and me and Max the same age, maybe we looking at it 2 different ways, and maybe we looking at 2 different eras. And that might be kind of one of those era debates. Rodman was great in the 80s, and he was great in the 90s.
Yeah.
Some people are trapped in recency, too. They just forget. They forget what they saw. They look past it. It's like an afterthought. They just don't.
Right. So it's no slight against LeBron.
No,
that's
the thing.
Nobody's trying to fight him. But you got to think. You got a guy who's just as athletic as LeBron as far as in NBA history. Who has the desire and concept of defense. That makes a huge difference in who's going to be a better defensive player or not. That desire to want to. And then Dennis Rodman, he had stuff you just couldn't teach on defense.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. So, okay, last one, and this is more recent. Okay. So I'm going to get out of the wax museum, as Edward likes to say. Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett, Dwight Howard. Where are you on that one?
Woo.
I thought that was going to trip you up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Man, I had forgot about Minnesota Kevin when he was young.
Yeah. I mean, him, even Boston Kevin Garnett, though. First year?
He was
older. Man, that's tough. Over...
Because if defensive versatility is the argument for LeBron, which is a very fair argument, then Kevin Garnett should be able to apply that in a one-on-one a matchup against Dwight Howard defensively, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. But the thing I would say about this, and I have to give Brian credit.
Okay.
That man blocked Timmy.
Clean too, not a little bit, like all hand on ball.
Like all hand on ball.
Right.
Timmy.
Sure.
He played D Rose. Whoever they put him in. Now I think if he has it's the mentality, and this is kind of why people will look at Jordan or Kobe that differ from LeBron. It's the mentality. Like, Michael Jordan was like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
LeBron James was Bruce Leroy. He had to get the flow. Him just already had it.
That's cool.
If y'all had watched the Last Dragons,
for sure.
That's the comparison.
Yeah.
LeBron's great, but he has to search for it.
I don't know. If you ask me, I think LeBron is show enough, but hey, that's me. But no, I get your analogy, and that was a good one. I think maybe some younger cats might be looking that up like, who? Bruce Leroy.
Bruce Leroy. As
for
great
sure.
as he was.
Yeah.
He had the body, but it took a while for the mind to get there.
That's right.
And I think that's also him as a defender. He had the natural tools to be a defender, and it was like later in his first career with Cleveland when I started on, and he's really good.
Yeah.
And he could have gotten better.
So that's good, Chief. Yeah, that's a good call, man. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, I appreciate that, Chief. That's some good stuff.
And shout out to Chief. No defensive eliteness for Dwight Howard until KG exited his prime. Dwight Howard's NBA Defensive Player of the Year and first teams all happened 2009 and after KG was out of his prime. Just throwing that out there. Yep. So sometimes guys got to move out the way in order for the new guys to step up.
Right, and that's why, like, when I argue with Edward and I bring up Patrick Ewing, And he's like, but he didn't have any defensive players of the years. He only had, I think, one defensive first team. I'm like, but the other guys who were playing at his same peak was David Robinson and Mount Mutombo and
the Mount Rushmore of defensive centers.
That's hard to push.
All time Mount Rushmore of defensive centers. All time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Patrick's up there, but see, what a lot of people forget, that's why Patrick got drafted in the first place.
Yes.
It wasn't for his offense.
He was supposed to be the next Bill Russell. Hoya Destroyer.
And then his jump shot got improved. And as a pro, he got a dependable hook shot, and he made his.
Oh, you know what's crazy, though? He said, Patrick Ewing, I'm digressing a little bit, but he said, people wonder where the jump shot came from. He said, I always had that. But one time in practice, I'm shooting it, and Coach Thompson told me, if you don't get your butt down on that block, he's like, I never got to show it.
The coaches weren't doing nobody no favors, bro. They weren't helping nobody out.
It was like, you play how you're supposed to play.
Yeah, the strength of the coaches back then was discipline.
Yes.
And like respect and structure. It wasn't as technical as it became later on.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, my boy Max, I don't know. Max kind of forgetting history there, man.
I think like that's by design.
Wait. So we're in our 50s. So sometimes, you're gonna have to go back a little bit further in the Rolodex to start saying, I remember seeing this growing up.
You know what though, Chief? And this is this last thing. I'll let you go. Earlier when I was naming some names, and Transformer was saying, well, that's Wemby-esque, or that's, whoever-esque. And I'm like, why are you bringing those guys up? And Transformer said a brilliant thing that, see, me being stuck in the rap museum, like I don't always get. He said, I'm bringing it so that the younger people can understand what I'm talking about. I'm referencing people they know. And so maybe Max is saying, because we know Max is a historian. If Max is bringing
why didn't he bring up Bill Russell
and all these other guys?
Why didn't he bring up Bill Russell?
People are going to be like, who?
Right.
Why didn't he bring up Bill Russell?
Right.
Oh.
Well, in fairness, he never saw Bill Russell, so
he never saw it. Yeah.
Right, but no, I get it, and thank you, Transformer, seriously, because I got to think more like that sometimes.
Right. Sometimes you got to
go back. That's what we're here for, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
But also too, I think sometimes the young guys need to look at some guys and really watch some of that old stuff and be like, man, this guy was really, really good.
Right.
So Wemby, I love Wemby, and he could cover all five. But the only thing about these new guys, and this is my complaint to them, and this is where, as a Lakers fan, the new guys, they always seem to be hurt.
Yeah.
The only person steady is the 41-year-old with a bad back. All our young guys be hurt. They can't. Ayton can't play no D.
I mean, you look at their body types. Look at their frames.
Are we talking physics again? Oh no!
Look at their frames. Look at AD's always hurt. Why? Long and stringy. Wemby always hurt. Long and stringy. Kevin Durant, long and those stringy type players. Like, yes, you're athletic. You're long pause. I mean, that's a lot of pause, and I got to throw in there. But their frames are not built like LeBron, who's 250, 260, just solid. Like it's hard for you to hurt me because it's a lot to go through.
Actually, LeBron, the difference is LeBron trains for durability. That's why LeBron is where he is today. Those other guys don't train for durability. They train specialization for movements.
Yeah.
It's not durability. If I go back and watch Anthony Mason was never hurt. Zoe Morning was available. Bro, his kidneys were failing and he was playing NBA ball, bro.
Yeah.
It's just a different mentality of how they train.
Warrior. But go ahead, Chief.
No, I was gonna say, Transformer. We need to send them your card to get them boys up.
For real. For real.
Put some meat on them bones, man.
Get that man a sandwich.
Bricks in them back pockets.
Yeah.
Hey, if you give me Wemby, man, Wemby gonna be your next Shaquille O'Neal. I'm making sure he put everybody in the.
We need him to be the next Kareem. Forget Shaquille. Just make him Kareem.
For real. Yeah. But Chief, I'm gonna let you go, man. I want to get Bruce in here, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic. Thank you for the call, man. Great one as always.
Okay.
Newton's law of motion. Look at you, the engineer, man.
There's three. There's three. It's not one. There's three.
All An object in motion will remain in motion unless external forces act upon it. Rough. That's the first one, right?
Inertia is crazy. Inertia is a thing.
Hey, Bruce, man, if you're still there, give us a call back, man. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go
he's
on.
Gonna cook. He's gonna cook on that Baltimore Ravens, man.
Yeah, he's ready to talk Baltimore Steelers.
We have no Baltimore Ravens topic.
He's gonna make it.
If you're trying to talk Ravens, do not do it. We have no Ravens topic. Go ahead, Bruce. What up?
Man, hey, it's a glorious Sunday. I need 30 seconds. Happy birthday to King Henry. Today is King Henry's birthday.
All right, we'll take that. He's going off for $150 tonight.
Are they the night game?
Doomsday.
They got the night game.
Oh, okay.
And it's doomsday for Pittsburgh. But anyway, how y'all boys feeling today, man?
Maintain, brother.
Man, you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to monitor me, Bruce. About the Ravens. Don't do that.
Hey, man, we trying to, we got 2 more.
It's 2 hours in, so we trying to, keep you on subject so we can move on.
We 2 hours make it brief. And why is we not talking about the game for tonight? I don't get it. But anyway, that's not I ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in the topics of the show. I'm just confused. But
that's for you and Young Disciple, man. Y'all get your show and you do it.
I was surprised. Anyway, LeBron, he was best. I think he's one of the best off ball defenders in his prime. I don't know about his lockdown defense. It was above average for sure. He could lock some stuff up. I would say this: he put forth more effort when he was younger. I don't know what the fuck going on now. He's worse than Jokic out there.
Nah, but I give him a pass now, though. I do, but for the reason that I discussed earlier, like so much of it was based on his explosive athleticism, and it's just not there anymore. Yeah. He's 41. I'm not gonna go in on him for that now. Now that said, you out there on the floor, you should be giving your best effort, and he doesn't even try. But still, I'm not gonna go in on him for. I can't.
I'm 35 and I don't operate the same that I was at 27.
At 31, bro. At 32.
Yeah.
I'm not the same athlete.
But yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
His prime, he was like one of the best all-ball. The Miami years.
Yeah.
Those chase down blocks, he was most definitely. Guys were terrified on the brick when LeBron was in his prime.
Yeah. Looking back.
It was like, oh man, the boogeyman chasing me. It was like Jason was chasing the motherfucker through the forest back in the day when LeBron was.
Yo, Bruce, you remember remember the finals block on Steph under the rim in Cleveland? You remember that, bro?
The greatest ever. Like, oh man.
They say you used to hear his because LeBron's so heavy, you can hear his footsteps. You can just
Yeah, he wouldn't have tried that on Dr. J. He'd have got rocked the baby eye.
Boom. You don't know, bro. LeBron was closing the distance quick. He was fast, bro.
We saw what Dr. J did.
You saw what Kobe had to do when LeBron was chasing him down?
He had to get fancy with it, bro.
I had to lean. He was like, I had to lean forward and put my hands behind the ball so he can't come behind and chase it down. He was like, I know that. I heard him. He was like, I heard him. I'm going to lean forward. Boom. Put that in the basket.
That's all I wanted to say, man. He was a great chase down blocker.
He was.
The best off-ball defenders.
He
had all your play out before you even know it. That just comes from years of playing.
Mm-hmm.
Play 2K. I'm just saying, I don't know, 2K and NBA not the same, but if you play 2K long enough, you know what the offense is running.
Mm-hmm.
You know, jump the lane and all that stuff. So that's what that bitch was. But other than that, man, it's a glorious Sunday. I bet y'all boys go to the next Sunday. I know you'll be on this subject about 2 hours. It's a glorious Sunday. Happy birthday, King Henry. It's doomsday for Pittsburgh. Y'all boys have a great Sunday.
I appreciate it, brother.
Bro. Take care, Bruce.
That's funny. He mentioned that in 2K because, like, when I play 2K, I play more like LeBron. I'll take this free safety position on defense. I won't really guard you primarily. I'll just let somebody else guard the primary, and I play more to that defensive secondary roam around on the 3-point line on the wing.
Just go for steals, deflections.
I'm looking to play the passing lane and deflect the ball. Yeah. Okay. That's when he said that. I was like, damn, that's how I used to play in 2K.
All right, gentlemen. Okay. Woo, man, that was a serious first 2 topics.
By the way,
right?
the Cavs defense during that first stint in Cleveland was top 3 every single year. Even before LeBron was all NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he was in a position to play safety and to do the help defense because those guys were playing great defense.
So
shout out to Mike
reading
Brown.
it.
He was. But
Ed
I mean,
Reed.
his on-ball defense was fine. It wasn't bad. But like everybody around him was collectively good defenders. So it made LeBron have that opportunity to stick out even more and be greater.